Welcome back to Van Vlogs yet again. Now, in my last Van Vlogs, I went to see Oppenheimer. In this one, I'm going to see Barbie. Now, I know I'm single and I actually don't own anything pink. Not that I would even wear pink to watch this movie anyway, because I'm not into the trend. But I'm just going to use the excuse that I'm there to see, I guess, Margot Robbie. Which brings me on to my next point. Someone on Twitter actually went on there and said Margot Robbie is mid. Now, here's an actual example of what that person looks like and what they said. Like, if you don't think she's pretty, then what is wrong with you? Even Stevie Wonder can see from like 500 yards away that Margot Robbie is a very pretty woman. I'm going to be going to Cineplex this time. Last video I went to Landmark and show you what a Cineplex is like. A lot of these Cineplexes in Canada have VIP locations. I'll explain a bit more when I get there. And my nearest Cineplex is on Marine Drive, which is literally the street up top from where I live. And just keep going straight on it, and I get there. I'm also going to get some food before, and I found a Thai restaurant nearby. I want to see if it's good, because I'm yet to find a very good Thai restaurant in this city. I'm going to get food, then film, then go home. Easy peasy. Okay, it's about 25 minutes later. I've managed to find the Thai place. It's called Pink Elephant on Marine Drive. I've ordered some food and I'll show you what I get when it comes. This part actually of Vancouver, it's got a few of the same little bits. It's got a Shoppers Drug Mart, it's got a few cafes, a Starbucks, it's got a supermarket and a Winners nearby. Pretty standard. I'm not sure why this is, but when I was living in Edmonton, there was always the same kind of coincidence that a Dollarama was right next to a Cineplex. And let me see if there's a Dollarama nearby, and then that's going to prove the theory even more. But until then, I'm waiting for my food, and I'll show you what I get when it arrives. I'll show you what I got. Pad Thai, red curry, and the rice that comes with it. The rice, weirdly enough, came in a foil that must have been, like, heated up. It sounds a bit different. I'm going to tuck into this and I'll let you know how it tastes. Just finished having my food. I think that the quest for finding a good Thai restaurant in Vancouver is still going on, because that place was quite average in all honesty. The curry was a bit too sweet and the rice was just really, really dry. Like, all the moisture would come out of it. I've got some to take home with me, but not overly convinced by that place, I should say. In my last Van Vlogs video, I said that a lot of cinemas in Vancouver were right next to a SkyTrain station. And with this being on Marine Drive, we're right next to the Marine Drive station on the Canada line. Look. See the blue T there? That's the station. The next big thing I've got to do is, can I find the Dollarama that I mentioned earlier? If there's a Dollarama near here, then it just proves my theory there's always a Dollarama near a Cineplex. Haven't found one yet though. So maybe today's the day the curse is broken. They have a Baskin Robbins here. I've never actually been to one. I just walked past it and it just smelled very like sugary and sweet. I don't particularly want to go there. But in other news, I can confirm something. Having had a look around, there's no Dollarama. So that must be an Edmonton-specific thing. There is, however, a Chinese supermarket. Remember one of my Scramble videos? I went to a T&T. They have quite a few of them here in Vancouver, and that's because there is a large Asian population, especially close towards Richmond and southern Vancouver. So there's that there. There's a Subway coming up here as well. There's a Starbucks coffee, and there's an Irish pub called Dublin Crossing. Is that open? Maybe I'll go there next time I'm go and watch a film. Who knows? There's actually a lot more here than I thought, which is actually pretty decent. Just got up the escalator and already I'm feeling a few drops of rain. Didn't bring a coat because I'm parking underground. Decided to drive it because I didn't want to take transit. Couldn't be bothered today. And behind me, here it is, Cineplex Entertainment. And just to point out to you what I was saying earlier, and more or less to reinforce what I said earlier, it's a VIP presented by Scotiabank, a Canadian bank, as well. Now, there is a big difference in the two. Regular seating is, well, just regular seating. The VIP is a lot more, I would say, higher end. Well, that's obvious, I think, right? In the VIP, you have in-seat service where you get food and drink, alcoholic beverages, and some kitchen-cooked food served to you prior to the movie starting. And you sit in a lot more comfortable seats as well. And you pay a bit more money, but you get the money's worth for it. I may even do a van vlog where I go to a VIP, actually. But I didn't feel like doing that today because I'm out on my own and I don't have someone to take with me right now. Which does beg the question, why are you going to see Barbie on your own, James? Well, look, I said it in my last one. Barbenheimer hype, right? If I see one, I might as well go and see the other, just to make everything fair. Otherwise, in the words of a GCSE science exam, it's not a fair test. Cineplexes have special screens called AVX. Usually the major features go on these. AVX stands for Advanced Visual Effects. So there are speakers on the ceiling, the sound is a lot more clearer, and the picture is a lot more enhanced. I'm walking up the aisle. Except I'm not getting married yet. Said earlier, I don't have anyone to go with anymore because I'm single. But this is the kind of aisle that I prefer to walk up. And look at how long it is, and whoa. I have to say one thing about Cineplexes. The auditoriums in these places are bigger than what you think. You wouldn't think that, especially in a situation where the cinema's actually in like a shopping mall or even like a complex like this one, you wouldn't think that there would be one here that would be this big, but it's massive. At least that's my opinion anyway. It's very dark in here, so I'm sorry it's a bit grainy. But right now I've got this whole thing to myself. But when I booked this online, I didn't have this place all to myself. There were very few tickets left. And with it being Cheap Tuesdays, I expect this to be quite rammed. My particular preference is to go quite far back, so I get a full view of the screen. I think I'll just find my seat. I know I'm on the very back row. And I am here. I used to work as assistant manager at a Cineplex prior to me moving to Vancouver, and I just want to talk very quickly about some of the perks of the job at the cinema. Free movies and staff discounts on food items while you were on shift were two main perks. Cast events were another big thing. And also opportunity for growth, which I certainly took full advantage of because I then became a assistant manager having worked as just a normal cast member. I got promoted about 4 times within the space of 12 months, then left to come here, to Vancouver. So if you are thinking of working at Cineplex, it's definitely a good job to have when you're in high school or if you're at university or something like that. And it can be quite a pleasant work environment if you get the right location and you get the right people. But this is the point where I'm going to shut my phone off and get back to you in a couple of hours. As I did with my previous van vlogs, I'm going to get back to you in a couple of hours and tell you what I think of this Barbie movie. I've already seen some guys dressing up as Ken and girls wearing pink. I get that it's like Barbie's pink and this whole Barbie and Ken thing, but I just find it a bit cringy dressing up like that to go to the film. I mean, look at me, I'm wearing a black t-shirt. My only one pink t-shirt had bleach on it, so I couldn't go and, you know, wear that to watch Barbie. I just think that's a little bit of like a trend, and I'm going to be straight up, I'm not into all of these like social trends or social media trends or whatever. I don't jump on that bandwagon. I use social media a lot and I understand memes and stuff, but I'm not into all those trends. I just find it a bit cringy and a bit too, yeah. So that's why I'm not wearing pink to watch this film. I'm more of just a jeans and t-shirt kind of guy, but each to their own. I'll let you know how this film is, and ciao for now. So, I'm back home now, about to get off to bed. I'll give my overall thoughts on that movie, actually. There's a lot of interesting messages in it, really. It's a lot about, I suppose, societal context, i.e. gender roles, masculinity, feminism, stereotyping is played on a lot in that movie. There are a few things which do come to light in it that I think are very valid topics, and it shows how much I think the roles of Barbie and Ken had in young people growing up, what values it instilled in them, how those values can now be, I suppose, disproved in this day and age. But I actually really liked it. I thought I wouldn't, but I did. And I'm glad that I went, to be honest with you. Quite a few people wearing pink as expected. I didn't feel like I was missing out, though, and I'm glad I went to go and see it, I suppose. So, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next vlog.